time in what we hope will be a lifetime of devotion to the Torah, our bat mitzvah this morning, Leah BM. And we trust that she will take the words of the Torah seriously and they will serve as a guide for her ethical living and her commitment to her people, to her country, and to her deep Jewish heritage. Amor, Tamor, 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 Bachurat Habat Mitzvah, Leah you have taken that first important step in becoming an official part of our people by accepting the Torah, pledging your loyalty to the Torah, reading from the Torah, and making a non-verbal commitment to study the Torah and make it your guide for the rest of your life. And I know that everyone here wants to express their happiness and wish you a mazel tov on this important milestone and this step in your life. And we'll begin by singing Siman Tov and Mazel Tov. And I'll invite all the members of the immediate family to come and dance and sing along with us. Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov. Say Halevi, and roll. Page 1144. Thank you. Which is a selection from the book of Ezekiel the prophet. Now, if you want to please be seated.
Shabbat Shalom. In today's Torah portion, we read the story about Joseph in Egypt. But how did Joseph get to Egypt? In a previous portion, Joseph's father Jacob gave Joseph a coat of many colors because he was his favorite son. His 11 brothers were jealous, so they ripped off his coat and threw him in a pit. Later they sold him to Ishmaelites as a slave, and they took him to Egypt. Once in Egypt, he soon became second in command to Pharaoh because he could interpret dreams. Because of this ability, Joseph knew there would be 7 years of hunger, 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of hunger, by interpreting the Pharaoh's dream. During the famine, Jacob and his sons were hungry, so he sent his sons to Egypt to find food. After that bit of background, this week's Parsha, Vayigash, begins. In Vayigash, Joseph talked to his brothers after they arrived in Egypt. Looking Egyptian, Joseph's brothers didn't recognize him. Joseph instructed them to bring their father to him. Joseph's brothers didn't realize it at the time, but later they learned that the Egyptian ruler they encountered was really their brother Joseph. Joseph fed his brothers and his father and gave them land to live on so they didn't starve during the famine and made sure they stayed together. Unity is a common theme in these Torah and Haftorah portions. Joseph united his family thousands of years ago, just as my family has united here today from across the country. In the Haftorah, Ephraim prophesies that someday all the wooden tablets, or tribes, would unite. This day still has not come, but it would unite people from around the world. Although some may not agree, America definitely feels more united after September 11th. Regardless of who we are, all Americans now stand a little closer together. This incident also relates to this week's Parsha. Joseph knew it was necessary to unite his family, regardless of what his brothers had done to them in the past. The same is happening today, with more and more attacks on Israel and one on the United States. Using Joseph's morals, we put aside our differences and unite. For my mitzvah project, as part of my bat mitzvah, I started a canned food drive with the help of the Sunday school. All of your participation brought in over 100 pounds of canned and non-perishable foods that were then donated to Jewish Family Services to feed needy people for Thanksgiving. This is yet another act that can be compared to one of Joseph's, when he fed hungry people, both Egyptian and his family, during the famine. To conclude today, there are a number of people I'd like to thank. First and foremost, I need to thank my parents for being so supportive by helping me to learn my Haftorah, driving me everywhere I needed to go in the process, and planning it all, as well as my sister for all her patience. I also need to thank my grandparents, Sherry, Joe, and Joy Orner, for all their words of encouragement. Secondly, I'd like to thank Cantor Larry Cornett, because without his teachings and guidance, I wouldn't be here today. I also need to thank Lauren Cornett, John Bergeisen, all those who have participated in the canned food drive, and lastly, all of my relatives who came from near and far to be here today. Shabbat Shalom. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'dim tovim v'ratzah b'divreihem hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'B'nei ha'emet v'tzedek. Vayhi Adonai Elai Lemor v'atav el Adam kaf lecha et echad u'chatov alav Yehuda u'libnei Yisrael chaverav u'lekach et echad u'chatov alav u'yosef et Ephraim v'chol beit Yisrael chaverav v'karav otam echad el echad v'chal et echad v'hayu achadim biyadecha v'kasher yamru elecha b'nei amcha lemor halotagi lanu ma'elela daber alehem ka'amar Adonai Elohim hinei ani lokeach et Yosef asher b'yad Ephraim v'shivtei Yisrael chaverav v'natati otam alai et Yehuda v'azitim et echad v'hayu echad b'yadi v'hayu haitim asher tiktov alehem v'yadecha leinehem. Medaber Alehem, Ha'amar, Adonai Elohim, B'nei Ani Lokea, Et B'nei Yisrael, Mibei Hagoyim, Asher Halchu Sham, V'kibatzi Otam Mesafi, V'heveti Otam Elamatam, V'asiti Otam, V'kol Echad Ba'aretz B'harei Yisrael, U'melech Echad, Yihiyeh L'chulam U'melech, V'lo yi'od L'shnei Goyim, V'lo yechatzu od L'shtei mamachot od, V'lo yitag'u od, V'giluleihem U'shikutleihem, U'vechol Pishehem, V'hoshati otam, V'mikol Moshotehem, Asher chatu bahem, V'tiharti otam, V'hayli la'am, Va'ani ehiyeh lahem le'lohim, Va'adi David melech alehem, V'ro'eh echad yihiyeh l'chulam, U'mishpatai yelechu, V'chukotai yishmeru, V'asu otam, V'yashvu al ha'aretz, Asher natati l'ati Yaakov, Asher yashvu ba avotechem, V'yashvu alecha heimar, U'mehem, U'bnei b'neihem ad olam, V'David ati, Nasi lahem le'olam, V'charati lahem, V'rit shalom, V'rit olam yihiyeh otam, V'tati v'yireti otam, V'natati et mikdashi, V'telchom le'olam, V'haya mishkani alehem, V'hayitu lahem le'elohim, V'hema yihiu li le'ad, V'David, V'hayu, V'hagoyim, Ki ani Adonai, V'kadesh et Yisrael, V'yiyeh mikdashi, V'telchom le'olam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzur ha'olamim, tzaddik v'chol ha'debah, ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer v'oseh, ha'medaber u'mkayem, shekol divrei v'met tzedek. Ne'eman atahu Adonai Eloheinu, v'ne'emanim divarecha, v'dabarecha mivarecha, achor lo yashin berkod, ki amelech ne'eman atah, Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'ne'eman v'chol divrei. Rachem Asiyan, B'hivei Chayim, V'la'am B'vadet Hashem, B'hera B'yameinu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mesaneh Zion V'vadecha, Shalomkeinu Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'eliyahu Harabi Yodecha, U'malchut B'tati Mishkitecha, B'hera Yivo V'yagel Yisraelu,
At the bottom.
Thank you, Leah, for a beautiful chanting of the Haftorah, the prophetic message for this Shabbat. And now, dear friends, we continue with the
It's been teach Leah. She's a wonderfully giving girl. She gave me this cold. But well, she did it Tuesday, so it had time to incubate real nice. But I have to tell you in all honesty, when you can get her to smile, she's got a smile that just will absolutely melt you. And I am so very proud of her. And the one thing that I wanted to tell her and all of you that are here is that nobody gets here alone. Her parents worked extremely hard. Her sister was very patient. But when we sing the door to door, from one generation to another, we are here today because of the sacrifices of them and for the generations before you. We bestow upon you the priestly benediction. So come here. Oh, sir. Thank you.
May the Lord bless you, dear Leah, and may He guide you all the days of your life. May the Lord lift up His countenance upon you and grant you a spirit which is giving and caring. May the Lord grant you shalom, a life of harmony and peace, of caring and giving, connection with your family, the whole house of Israel, and the wonderful country which we're proud to be a part of. And let us all say, around Leah on the bima. I'd like to invite all the members of the family who are here to rise at your places, if you're members of the family, and recite the She'echianu blessing with all of us, giving thanks to Almighty God for having kept us in life and enabled us to reach this very happy and joyous moment all together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'echianu v'kiyamanu v'higyanu l'zman hazeh. Amen. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov.